Here at Intoxicated Reviews, we intellectually dissect the art of cinema, scene by scene. Here's some clips.
All he is, it's just a fucking big wooden doll full of cum, chasing kids around.
You look up guys who poop in a bag. Because I think that's where you'll find him. Because he is hurt.
It's probably just in your search history anyway, isn't it?
This movie fucking blows.
So don't forget to subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews on all places you find podcasts. Except Spotify. We're working on it.
Boys Club. Is it called Boys Club because my apartment looks like a boy lives in it?
I wouldn't say a boy lives in it. I would say a boy is kidnapped somewhere in here. Boys Club. We're everything. We're true crime. We're World Star Hip Hop.
World Star Hip Hop. We're Netflix reviews.
Stories of the day. Boys Club. Listen.
Yeah, do it. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. I think. No, we're not. And on Google Play. Nobody gives a shit.
Boys Club. Boys Club podcast. Now with 90% more sound clips of black people. Boys Club. Touch me and I'll sue.
Hi there, this is T. Johnny with Quirky and or Queer, a podcast about otherness. Join me as I interview people in the community. I talk to musicians, community workers, artists, comedians, and even my mother about otherness. How does it shape their careers, their romantic pursuits, creative projects, and shape their overall worldview? There are lots of laughs, plenty of tender moments, and some deep conversations. Find Quirky and or Queer on your favorite podcast app.
Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
We are profesh. Well, I'm not totally professional yet because I should have headphones for both of you, but I have yet to do that. It's pricey to do all this.
Yeah.
I didn't realize when I started
this equipment is nice.
Yeah. I kind of just keep adding to it and I just can't stop.
Yeah.
I'm just oh, I could get that gadget and that gadget and that gadget. Make it better this way.
How long have you been doing it?
Almost 2.5 years.
Right on.
Yeah, so quite a while.
I find this very distracting having myself.
Oh, do you want me to put it away? I can if you want.
Oh, actually, that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone is so different. Some people love seeing themselves.
Yeah.
And then other people are I don't want to see it.
I'm too.
So it's your preference.
I'm too obsessed with how I look.
Okay, we'll do this. There.
Yeah, perfect. That's great.
It's gone. You can see my other episodes.
Oh, there's Sunny.
Sunny, yeah,
Hey,
Sunny. Sunny wore green, so he blended into the background.
So funny. Is that Robbie?
That is Nick Burden.
Oh, Nick Burden. Okay.
Yeah. So I had them on. Like last week, I did 3 podcasts in a row. All these comics coming in, I'm I just want to grab them all while they're here and do it. And with a drinking podcast, that can get hard on the body.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why we wanted the Caesars.
Yeah. No, this is the perfect drink.
We've been
hungover
so
for a week straight.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can imagine. Well, guys, welcome to the Intoxicated Podcast. Cheers. Not to bury the friggin' lead here. Cheers right away. Oh my gosh.
Is that? Oh.
Always cheers. It's like a tradition of the show. I feel like it's bad luck if you don't cheers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm delighted to have 2 lovely ladies here with me who I recruited from a show because I saw them and I was they're hilarious. I need them. We have Clare Belford and Heather Macdonald.
Hi.
Welcome. I grabbed them. They have a show tonight and they made time for this bitch. Don't know why, but they did. You're out adventuring around Halifax and enjoying this nice weather that I haven't enjoyed yet, but it looks nice outside.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. How are you liking it? Your trip so far? You've been here for what, a week?
Almost a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trip has been amazing.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. We came from Toronto and then we drove down through the States. And
oh, you were in Boston, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were in Boston for 2 days.
2 nights.
Oh, amazing. What did you think of Boston?
It was beautiful.
Oh, we loved it.
I've heard people say that it's similar to Halifax. The vibe
I can see that.
is a little similar.
Yeah, I get that kind of from East Coast in general.
East Coast in general,
There's it's very East Coast, West Coast is totally different.
It is. What do you prefer?
East Coast.
I'm obsessed. Oh, where's my bell? I gotta explain the bell. We have a bell, and the bell is it's 2 things. It's I agree,
okay,
or if someone just says a really good joke or a burn. You can ding it too.
All right.
You can
So
ding
it's like
it. You can
when
ding
you
it
feel
whenever
good.
you want. You can
Just
ding it whenever you
when
want.
you feel good.
Sometimes it gets out of control when people get really drunk. They're like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm just like, okay, calm down. Only certain times. But yeah, no, that's fantastic. So you went to Boston and then you've been here for a little bit. And so, Claire, you're from Edmonton and you're from Toronto.
Yep.
Okay, how did you... friendship origin story. How did y'all meet? I love when people look at each other when I say that. They're like, there's a story behind this.
I only laughed because I revealed to Heather on this trip that I thought we didn't get along when we first met.
Oh, really?
But she was like,
I
what?
didn't see that at all. I was just like, oh my God, a new friend.
We were just in comedy. It's not that I didn't think we got along. I just thought that like there was no like for her to. It was I wouldn't have expected for her to become one of my best friends.
Oh, gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, kind of an odd parent.
No, it was because it was such a logical pairing, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It's because
We
we're the
have
same
too much
person.
in
I think.
common.
Oh, are you the same person?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a
because
lot-
they
we
say
wear the
opposites
same
attract. but-
outfit every day.
Jeans and tees?
That's pretty
Yeah.
much what it comes down
Jeans
to.
and tees?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the best clothes, though. That's the most comfy, easy clothes.
Yeah, I think one of the first times it was the first time we had we had the same outfit. Like we were at a comedy show and we were both wearing like white and something stripes, a gray beanie and glasses, and we're like, it was the exact same outfit.
Wow.
So I made her go into the washroom and take a photo.
That's
Did you still think we weren't going to be friends after that?
I thought you were doing me a favor when you did it because I was new. Heather had lived there for a while and done comedy in Toronto for a while,
Right.
And I was new at the time, so I was just like, she's just getting, I don't know,
busting your balls.
get my face out there.
Yeah. Wow. So, and Claire, how old are you?
28.
28, and you are
33.
33. Woo, woo, woo. I'm 32, so I'm right in the middle of the both of y'all. So that's crazy. So Claire, I interviewed your brother, Scott, who I love. I love Scott. Hi, Scott.
Love Scott.
I hope you watched this one, Scott. It's your sister. How did you, because he told me, it's funny because I remember now in his interview, he was like, oh, because I asked him, do you have a funny family, or like, how did the funniness happen? And he mentioned you, and he said that you are funnier than him, is what he said.
That's so nice.
It's very
That's so nice. So how did you both realize
He was
that you
always
wanted to do comedy?
Well, Scott was always like the funny kid.
Yeah.
He's the oldest in our family. He's very confident, and like he's like the class clown. And then he got into radio, and he did radio for a while. I'm just like repeating Scott's,
which is so appropriate for him because his voice is such a radio voice.
I think that's he learned it. He kind of like really amped it up in radio school. And then he quit radio to go do stand up. And I just became like obsessed with it. I like when he was in Edmonton doing stand up, I went to like every show.
Right.
Was just always around. And then like years in, he was like 3 years in, I think, when he was finally like, you should do it. And I was like, no. And then I did it and I loved it. And
Wow.
So
See, that's what I'm always fascinated about is like what's the moment where you're like, I'm just gonna do it, because I'm kind of immersed in the scene now too, and people see me at shows and stuff, and they're like, "Just do it," and I'm like, "No!" like I'm just so like nervous and cagey about it because I do have jokes,
right?
Yeah,
but and you have a lot
I'm
of
nervous to get up
charisma
there.
and stage presence. Like I feel like you are a far more likely comic than either of us.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, like
Or,
that's the thing. I think I would just get in my head too much. I think because I'm friends with so many local comedians, like I would see them in the crowd and just be like, "Oh my god, do they not like this? Do they like this? Is this good? Is this bad?"
I think that's what hooked me, was like the first time I performed, so many of these comics I looked up to were there, and like seeing them laugh at a joke I wrote was like
validation.
Oh, it felt amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like encouragement of like, oh, okay, this really is, because like for me, it's like there's things that I find funny, and I'll put them out there like in a Facebook status or a tweet or something, and I'll just like kind of gauge reactions. I'm like, oh, I'm just the only one who thinks this is funny. And then I get discouraged, right? So like that's what kind of discourages me from doing that.
That's probably the algorithm's fault. Don't blame yourself.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, maybe the people who find it funny just
Facebook's
aren't seeing
fault.
it. Yeah,
For sure.
fucking Facebook. Ugh,
Yeah.
I hate it. What about you, Heather? How'd you get into it? Like, what made you? Were you always a funny gal?
I don't know.
It's a crazy life to get into, is the thing.
Yeah, it is.
Truly, truly is.
It's such a strange thing. I have been like working. I was working when I started getting into stand-up, but like I was getting the itch of like I needed to do something more creative because I work at a hospital. And it was really serious all the time. So I started drawing and I realized I'm really bad at that. And then someone I know like took a improv class.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you should do that. It's so much fun. You meet people. So I did that. But then I was really bad at improv. And then I was like, maybe I'll try stand up. So then I started doing that. I did take another class. People frown on classes. But for me, it was really helpful, like because I was so nervous. I'm like, I want to write these jokes, but I want them to be concise to like what I'm like actually meaning them to be, and I couldn't figure out the words and like the phrasing, how to do it. So that really helped. Just like with peers, like other people new to stand up being like, that makes sense, right? And then I had like 5 minutes at the end of that class, and then I just kept doing that 5 minutes, and then more eventually.
So really, it truly is just like just doing it, just jumping in. Yeah. That's like every time I interview comedians, they always say that. They're like, just
seriously
go to an open mic and just do it.
The first, I definitely, the first one I did, I was like, I didn't think I was going to do it again. And then I definitely wanted, like I had more and more of like an impulse to come back to it, to do it again. Yeah.
Work on it and come back.
Is it okay if I take this out?
Absolutely.
And okay.
Absolutely. I always I feel like holding the mic makes me feel cool. So feel free to hold
This is definitely my safe space.
There you go. You're in stand-up mode now.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. She's on. Were you guys like nervous as shit the first time you did a set?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was shitting my pants. I drank like a full cup of Jameson before I went
Did
up.
you seriously?
Yeah, because it was like in the main space at Comedy Bar. We were just sitting in the green room. The show was starting. I was like shitting my pants. Like doing 5 minutes of stand-up for the first time in my life. Like, I have memorized everything, but like I was so scared of forgetting things. I was so scared nobody was gonna laugh. So I just drank a ton of whiskey.
Oh my god.
I was nervous last night.
Were you really?
Yeah, we did a show in Dartmouth last night, and we just were worried that the organizers were mad at us.
Oh really?
So I was so nervous going into it. But they weren't. They were super
so
nice. Yeah.
That's the thing about comedy. I never used to think it was anything more than just showing up and like going on stage. But there's so many aspects to it. And there's an event planning aspect. Knowing the event planning like business and the business behind comedy and how it all works and the etiquette. And like there's so much more to it than I thought before I started interviewing comedians.
Yeah.
I always just thought it was like, oh yeah.
I feel like the etiquette is something a lot of people
don't
realize.
Yeah.
Like some people like don't realize it until like years into doing it. And they're like,
doing that.
Maybe this is why.
Right?
We run a show together in Toronto, and like just some of the people, just people have no tact, just the way they'll message and ask for things.
I've heard this from. I have another friend, Kirsten Finch.
Oh yeah, from Montreal.
Yeah, who used to run shows, and she said the exact same thing. She said you'd be shocked to find out people who are actually like really successul at comedy, yet they don't know how to send an email with the proper or just headshot
consideration, just any professionals maybe too, but also just like new comics that are like, hey, put me on, like just there's no please or thank you or anything, just very entitled.
There should be a class you have to.
There should be
comedy 101 or something, or the business of comedy 101. Yeah. Do you guys have any hot tips? Like, if there's someone who's like a new comic listening right now, what are your hot tips?
Be polite.
Be polite. Sure. Yes. Yeah. If you don't have anywhere to go, stay for the show. Like.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, definitely. If you've never done somebody's show before and you want to do it, go introduce yourself to the people who run the show. Yeah. Watch the show.
Yeah, go introduce yourself and don't just use it, like, don't make me feel like you're just using me as a means to an end, Like,
that's huge.
Come and say, maybe I'm too I don't know, idealistic right now, but like come and, you know, just enjoy the show. We put on a good show. If you want to be like, I don't know.
I actually think that's huge. Like going and introducing yourself first and making a point to show up and like see the room before you like maybe before you even ask for stage time. Like,
exactly.
Like just introduce yourself and put yourself out there to people so they recognize you and they know that you're someone who's going to show up and that you're reliable. Kind of thing.
You're pleasant to be around.
Don't ask in a demanding way.
Yeah. Give me 5 minutes.
Definitely rubs me the wrong way. And it's just like, put me on your show next Tuesday. You're like, who? What?
Yeah. Do you have any room on your show? Who are you?
Who are you? Yeah, we have room, but not for you.
Who's asking?
For people we like.
I almost just tried to drink my microphone.
This is
That's why there's video. That's the whole point.
It's caught on tape. We're going to zoom in on that. Zoom in on Claire's face. Have you guys ever seen... Oh, I could put that in too.
Please, God, no.
Oh my gosh, the air horn. Air horn at Sniggly Wigglies is a point of contention with a lot of people.
Oh my God, who likes it? Is there anyone that likes it?
I don't even think so. I think there's some people who just don't mind it, and then there's people who hate it.
Yeah.
Where did you guys land? You probably landed.
I hated it, but I acted like I didn't mind it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I'm a woman.
It scared me.
That's what we do. That's what we do. We're socialized that way. It's not our fault. I'd add that disclaimer every time. So I think about that all the time. I'm just like, I'm way too fucking nice. Just in general. Way too nice.
Yeah.
Like, dudes hanging out here late at night and like, it's
here?
Like
specifically your home?
Here.
Okay.
And not just
at this bar.
At the Sad Girl Studio.
At this bar, right? Yeah.
The bar that we're in.
Yeah.
That's right. They don't leave after closing time, and I have to be like, get the fuck out. But I'm just like, I wish I could just say like, I'm not interested. You need to leave. You cannot. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I always find these weird ways to like, oh, I gotta work early.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed.
Such a woman thing. I hate
Yeah,
it.
we're just like taught like not to be rude about it and not to.
No, don't rock the boat.
Yeah.
Don't cause conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate that.
I'm fighting it though. Like I'm at 32. I'm like I feel like my fucks are going down.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you're getting there.
Oh yeah.
And I bet your comedy makes you get there quicker.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Although I mean, sort of. I feel like also I really want everyone to like me, and I think that's part of being a comedian too. So.
Oh, that's yeah.
I just want you to like me so bad.
And that's another reason why Sarah doesn't do comedy. Because even with this podcast, I'm like, do people find my voice annoying? Too much vocal fry? Fuck. Sorry. Oh, we just did it. I literally just did vocal fry as I was talking about vocal fry.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's like
when
that,
you're like,
and like I guess like it's like people attach it to women, even though men do it too.
Yeah,
but, like,
there's
we get shit on
something
for
about radio, like old men and like women doing radio that they can't stand.
Yeah,
because of like something in the intonation in women's voices.
Yeah,
and a lot of it has to do with vocal fry.
Vocal fry, yeah.
And I just
you did it.
I do it all the time.
That's how we talk.
I'm doing it.
I mean, a lot of people I heard this on a podcast that people have blamed like the movie Clueless and things.
People
like
blame
pop culture in the like early to mid 90s.
Yeah,
people our age doing vocal fry without even knowing.
Without knowing it, because it's so engraved in us because of the things that we consume in the media.
Yeah,
the Kardashians as well. 10. That's another one.
Oh,
because they're like, I can't do a Kim Kardashian impression. No. It's not gonna happen. It's not happening on this podcast. So, female friendship though, going back to that, was there a bonding moment between you guys that was like we buds, we friends? You know, because you probably see people like in comedy all the time, do shows together all the time, but like what takes it from we do shows together to like we are friends. We're gonna go traveling together doing shows. Like that's a whole other thing. Right?
I think it was Heather asked me to host. Heather was running a show and asked me to help her host it. Ooh. So it's not like it was like it went from like we do shows together to we do a show together. Yeah, I think that was and honestly probably the moment where we realized we always wore the same exact thing.
Yeah, it happens every day.
That's insane.
It happens a lot.
It's happened less on the trip because we can we can manage it.
But
Right.
we're literally
But
wearing
when
the
we-
exact
yeah.
same thing right now.
Because are you staying in the same spot?
Yeah,
we're in
we
the
have
same
been.
bed.
Yeah.
And
We
you
had-
share rooms and stuff. You have the same bed. Oh,
We had-
that's amazing.
We had one night with separate beds.
That place was so haunted.
It was really haunted.
Oh no,
So
was it?
haunted.
Where?
Yeah.
Where?
It was right beside a graveyard.
It was an Airbnb in a cabin on a farm
Oh wow.
in Maine.
Oh, that's horror movie.
I know.
Yeah, it
All
was.
over it. Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Oh, I do now.
A little bit, yeah. I guess so.
after-
I think
do
so.
After that.
I don't not. I don't like have any theories or anything, but I wouldn't,
Have you seen or heard? Like, did you hear anything funky? when you
Well,
were saying that?
like we spent the evening, like we had a campfire. It was really fun. We like made our dinner over it. It was wieners. It was nothing.
That's
fancy.
amazing. I love that. I agree.
Oh, I love how the word wiener gets a thing. And then we went in the cabin. We're like, this is so nice. I love this so much. And then we went to sleep. It started raining, and we both had like the worst nightmares. And my nightmare like melded into. I think they were like attached.
They were overlapped.
Like they were
that's
overlapped
creepy.
nightmares. And I woke up in the night, and Claire was yelling at me, like
In
saying
my
my
sleep.
name.
Heather asked me in the
And I was so scared.
She asked me in the morning if I had a good sleep, and I was like, I literally didn't know because I had just been dreaming about the inside of the cabin the entire night. Like I couldn't separate like what had happened in my dream and what had actually just happened
Yeah.
inside the cabin.
Oh, that's creepy.
So I was like, I actually don't know if I slept last night.
Like, you were talking in your sleep.
And I was dreaming that Heather was having a nightmare and I was trying to wake her up. And I was like yelling, Heather, wake up. But then she woke up and I was
dream. I
asleep.
could hear her yelling, but my dream was still happening, and there was a murderer about in
oh
my
my
dream.
god, that's insane.
And then I woke up, and Claire's actually yelling, Heather, wake up. Heather, you're not
But
waking
I
up,
was
you're not
asleep.
waking up.
You were.
And I was so scared. I just didn't know.
It was
what to do.
messed
that
up.
place was haunted.
It was haunted for sure.
Because have you had experiences like that in other places, like hotel rooms or anything? Like,
No, I mean, no.
yeah.
No.
Dreams
Not
are
that I
so
can think
weird
of.
though. Like when you have a dream about someone and then they're like, "Oh, I dreamt about you too." Like you just got to think, like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Like
Yeah.
something's connected. Or do you ever have dreams where something happens and then it really happens in real life? Because that's even scarier.
I dream a lot, like in the morning, that I'm like late for work, and I'm like just getting up and doing my morning thing, and then I actually wake up, and I'm like. So I'm just
Am I
dreaming
late?
that I'm rushing to work, and now I actually have to rush to work.
Have those dreams all the time.
I hate
Most
that.
of my dreams are me late for things and rushing to get to them.
Yeah, I think that means something. though.
I think it just means that I'm always late.
Worried that I'm late for stuff. Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
perpetually 10 minutes late. No more, no less.
I think
10 minutes.
I think that's like our age group.
You think?
I think it is like cell phones have made us late because we have the like ability to be like, I'm running late.
Right.
Yeah.
Heads
You
up.
to tell somebody. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Or I'm just like,
Can't
here,
tell-
being organized.
But literally every time
send a telegram to
text
tell
somebody to
someone.
tell them I'm running late, I'm like, oh, I'm running 10 minutes late. Every single time they're like, me too.
Right.
Everyone's always running 10
I
minutes
love
late.
that moment.
Yeah, yeah. You're like, yeah.
And by 10, I mean 35.
I know people in my life have just gotten used to the fact that, like, if I say a certain time, it's probably 15 minutes, like, later. Ugh, life is rough. How are you guys dealing with life? Because I'm not doing so good.
Oh, God.
I'm doing great right now.
Yeah,
This is
extra,
good.
how's the extra spicy treating you?
I actually don't find it that spicy.
It's not that spicy.
I think extra. I don't think there is a spicy. I think it's just nothing or
Well,
extra spicy.
Well, we didn't
That's how
talk.
they-
We're drinking extra
Caesars.
spicy Mott's. Every single podcast is me trying to get a sponsor.
Really?
Mott's Clamato, Caesar, extra spicy.
If you
'Cause
don't
the girls
sponsor this,
requested-
Mott's,
Yeah.
you're stupid.
When Sunny and Nick were on, they both drank Blue Lobster vodka soda limes. They come in like the little cans. They kick your ass, by
I
the
don't
way.
know what that is.
And they're now available in Ontario.
Oh.
So it's Blue Lobster. It's like a local distillery here, and
Cool.
it's called vodka soda lemon lime, and it's just like a vodka soda drink
Yeah,
in a can, but it's 6%, and it kicks you in the ass, and you drink it, and you're like, this is nothing, and then you're hammered.
Oh.
Is it like Swedish? Because of the Swedish. But like, is it sweet?
Not really.
I don't need
Not really, actually.
Yeah, I don't need a suffix on that.
And that's kind of why I like them. They're not that sweet. Like, it's not like a cooler. It's more like if you were to get like literally a vodka soda
and
with
just
some
like a
lemon and
twist of
in it.
lime.
Yeah. But they're strong is the thing.
Yeah.
You'd think like I have a drunk podcast, like I'm a pussy drinker. Pussy
Really?
drinker. Oh yeah. Shots, I can't do shots.
Depends what
Very
shot.
rare.
And
Tequila,
when in the
I'm
night.
getting better.
When in the night.
Yes. Oh, that's true too. It's all about confidence, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've taken too many shots where it's just gone in and then everything's just come right back up. For me to be like
Thank you.
confident in
Same.
doing shots.
I don't know what it is with me. I have a terrible gag reflex. It hinders me in many areas of life. And it's very embarrassing and I hate it because I want to be the cool girl who just like shoots back a shot
shots.
or come.
I used to be really good at shots. And
Claire's
cum.
like, why did I come here?
I used to be so good at cum and then
And then something happened.
Claire, how's your I'm not even gonna say.
We're gonna say, how's your cum game?
Cum reflex.
We've all been on Tinder trying to promote the shows.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because we're like, we don't know anybody.
That's such a great idea.
It is
Genius.
It is, but it's also awful.
It's terrible. I hate Tinder
How are
so
you
much.
finding Halifax Tinder?
I've
Run
used it here
down for
before,
me.
to be honest. I think it's probably the first place I ever used it. I'm obsessed with the East Coast. Like, I'm such a perv for East Coast men, I guess. I don't
Gotta
know.
move here. My brother's here now. Gotta move. No,
Such a weird setup.
That is true. That was a weird transition. Like,
Oh, you like East Coast men, eh? Your brother's one
your
now.
brother's here.
It's just like a lot of beards.
And plaid.
Musicians.
It's my thing, yeah.
Oh,
It's like a fisherman. You just want
But-
to date a fisherman.
Yeah, I really do. I would love to date a fisherman.
That is so fascinating to me because that's something that annoys me on Tinder is always seeing guys
There's with fish, yeah.
but
I used to have a
they're
joke about that,
fishermen.
yeah.
That's
They're
true.
just
They're probably
bros with
not.
fish.
I feel like a real fisherman wouldn't post a picture of him.
No.
Because he's busy
It doesn't
working.
look like that. It doesn't look like a guy just
Yeah.
holding up one fish.
No,
It's like a whole net of fish.
Yeah, he's wearing a cute little yellow cap.
A little cap,
Yeah.
flipped up at the front.
Yeah.
With the yellow suspender.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. Galoshes.
Galoshes.
Yeah, there's definitely
So hot.
There's definitely a East Coast type. Like it's a type.
Yeah.
Type tobacco.
Friendly. That's what I
Yeah.
associate with like East Coast.
Yeah.
And you
Everyone's
probably
very-
don't see a
very
lot of that in
friendly.
Toronto. Eh? Probably a lot of suits.
I think it's friendlier than
Depends on the
people-
neighborhood.
Yeah. I think it's friendlier than people.
It's super friendly. It really is. It's just that it's busy and
It's just, and there's so many people.
I think it's just
And you don't wanna talk
oversaturated.
to every person, you know what I mean? Like you have
People have to be a bit
you
more
figure out which
cutthroat. If you
ones
said
the
hi to
nice
everybody
ones
on the
are.
street in Toronto, you would never get anywhere.
Oh God, yeah. It's an overwhelming city. Like just the few times that I've gone, I've just been like, I don't know how I would ever find my way around here. Or I've always thought of it as well. Each time I go, I get more comfortable with it.
It's pretty
But
easy
like,
though.
yeah, I do imagine if you were to move and just like plunk yourself in it, you would just get used to it right away.
It's just like a grid.
Oh, love a grid.
Where like
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were in Boston,
Boston.
there's no straight road there. It's all everything intersects with everything else, and it's all
Cobblestone.
It was very confusing.
Oh wow,
Thankfully, we have GPS, but
that helps.
yeah,
But yeah, I think Toronto is a friendlier city than it gets credit for.
yeah,
Oh,
I do
that's-
too.
that's
It's just that there's lots of people.
There's tons. I'd like to go there and try Tinder there and just see the difference.
I haven't tried Tinder.
It's a
I don't think I've tried Tinder in Toronto. I don't know.
Oh,
I was
really?
doing Bumble for a while.
Oh yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
And I like Bumble because I did Tinder and then I was in a relationship for a while and then I didn't get it again after the relationship, but I got Bumble instead and I enjoyed it. I thought it was better. But I had just like 3 terrible dates in a row.
Oh shit. With
In,
the same
like-
person or
No,
two
3 different
people?
guys, 3 nights in a row. And I went a little crazy.
Did you really? See, that would be me because
I was like, what
I
the
take
hell am
one
I
bad
doing?
experience
Yeah.
to like ruin it all.
Yeah.
Like it would take one really bad date for me to be like, I'm never going on that app again.
Yeah.
But like, it's tough. It's so hard to tell because like you could meet someone organically and go on a date and it could still be shitty. So like, is it the online dating culture or is it just the people or like?
I think it is. I think online dating is particularly hard because you don't. It's somebody online versus what they are in person is so hard to actually gauge. There's so much like, it's so hard to gauge what your actual chemistry is.
So true.
Yeah.
You gotta meet them in, but then it's hard to meet people. I don't know about you guys, but like I find at this age, it's hard to meet people in person anymore because there's a big chunk of for me anyways, it's like a big chunk of my friends are settled down and they don't go out. They don't do things anymore. And then there's a bunch of single people who just don't give a shit or don't care. So then there's me that's just like, let's just go out and sit at a bar and hope that guys talk to us. Because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Go to bars to meet people, right? Because I just don't know how else you do it. Grocery store, library, don't know how these situations happen.
Friends, but like, how many friends do your friends really have that are
available?
Good?
And that's my thing. I'm like, I've never been set up with anybody.
Yeah, set me up. Somebody set me up.
I'll set you up.
Okay.
You got good ones? Oh, God.
I've actually had the opposite. And just before you guys came, I got a message from a friend who was like, there's this guy I know that like, I think you're too loud for him.
Wow.
But he would
just
really,
out of the blue, no reason.
He would really like your friend, so we should get your friend and him and go to a comedy show some night. And I was like, I'm down for sure. It was just funny to me that like right out the gate she was like, no, you're not.
Not for you.
But I like being that type of person in a way because people just know right away.
Yeah, you're like the social facilitator.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good place to be. I feel that I'm a kind of that person as well sometimes.
You run the ship a little bit?
I just have like different, like, I have different pockets of friends to sort of like connect.
That's a time. Oh.
I feel like
that's what I'm doing on this trip.
I feel like I could, now I'm just like, who can I say?
Oh, there you go.
I'm a pretty good matchmaker. I've
made
some good matches.
Yeah, you have.
Have you guys ever been wing women? Like, have you ever gone out with friends and like facilitated a hookup between two other friends?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, but I was drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like something for sure.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of where like I'm at a point where I'm trying to rally my female friends to go out more.
Okay.
But there's few and far between. But like I've been sending desperate messages being like, guys, we just need to go. We need to dress up and go out. We got this. And like different ages. Like we need some 25-year-olds because guys like younger. So like let's bring in the guys with the 25-year-olds.
Wow. Strategy.
They do. It's true. I've learned that like 32 for like a 26-year-old is probably too old. From what I have learned.
But for 32 for a 36-year-old is too old?
I think so.
Men are the worst.
But would you really want to date a 26-year-old?
Well, it would depend on the 26-year-old.
Wait, you said 26?
Yeah, talking about
I thought you said 36.
Men.
I was like get out of here, 36-year-old men.
Because I know, because I swipe all the time. So like there's dudes I know who are like in their mid-20s. I've never seen them. Like clearly I'm not in your age range. And that's a tricky moment as a chick. You're like, ew.
But if they didn't have your age on their scale, you wouldn't even come up, right?
It's true, yeah.
So
what's their problem?
It's true.
It's not really your...
I always tend to go for like a couple years older.
Or it's preferable.
Yeah, that's probably
I don't tend to go for younger, but at this point, like I'm open.
I did that, and it was a good relationship. I don't want to say anything, but I don't think I will date anyone younger anytime soon.
Yeah, that's fair. How much younger?
He was 3 years younger.
Okay, that's not bad.
Maybe 4. I don't remember. I feel like there was like a part in the year when he was only 2 years younger, and then that was the good time. I think he was 3 years younger.
3.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you tend to go for people older, younger?
You've been going younger lately, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Younger women.
Even women.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter. It's different. Because women are
more mature, right?
Mature.
That's what I always thought too.
That you really have to look at the person.
Right. Well, because
you have to look at things you should be really cared about. Right. Like you should really care about.
Man.
But for men, yeah, like
you want to go older.
You want to go older for sure.
I agree. I agree. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm throwing up the net and just like, yeah, anyone?
I know. It's hard not to do that sometimes. You just get, yeah. It's like my self-esteem, like, it just, I feel like it goes so far back and forth. You know, there's some times where I'm like, nothing is good enough.
Yeah.
And then there's some times where it's just like, anything would be fine.
I'm more so
cyclical.
There's nothing in between. It's literally.
I totally agree because I get from my friends, I get you are too picky, or, oh, you hooked up with him? You're not being picky enough. And I'm just like, bitches, what do you want?
Yeah.
I feel like I get the too picky more often than the not picky enough.
Okay, good for you.
That's better. That's the better side of it, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a good side to be on.
It might be, but it could be hindering me too, I think.
Well, I think that like it's so hard to remember what it was like on the other side, you know?
That's true.
Like when you're in a relationship that's like not right anymore, all you want is to be single. You're like, I would so much rather be like alone, but like not compromising,
right?
Than, you know, in a relationship that's not right. And then sometimes you're like alone and lonely, and you're like,
man,
yeah,
I'd make anything work.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
man, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what you want in a partner? Like, I did this thing recently where I actually wrote it down. I was like, I'm gonna just write down and not really physical things, although physical attraction is very important.
Yeah.
But I actually wrote down like, yeah, you said that like,
yeah, it is. I know.
I mean,
unfortunately,
human being, number one.
Yeah.
A pulse is good.
Ooh,
Pulse is good.
living
person.
With a job, preferably.
Oh wow, yeah, that'd be nice.
A lot to ask for, eh? But I've realized that I go for like damaged guys. Like I like to try to fix someone, and so that's an issue.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Mm-hmm. Gotta
try going for someone who's got their shit together.
A CEO.
Just try.
Yeah.
Go for the
See
CEOs.
what happens.
Yeah. Although if a guy says CEO in their Tinder profile, it's a red flag.
Oh, God.
Big time.
I'm like, what
Like,
startup did
CEO
you
of
start?
my dick. And you're like,
It's true though. You're not far off. Like I can see that happening. Do you guys get a lot of like? Are you on any apps?
Just Tinder.
Just Tinder.
Heather spearheaded the Tinder promotional.
Hilarious.
this is how we're gonna get people.
Yeah.
Is it working? Is my question.
I mean,
We don't know.
A lot of people have been like,
Oh, it did
"Where's
actually
your
work.
show?
Intrigued,
I'm
right?
getting your show." Yeah.
It works for me. There was a guy who was a friend of mine from years ago back home that sent me a message on. I had no idea he was living out here, and sent me a message on Instagram, or that doesn't matter what platform. But he said it wasn't on Tinder. He sent me a message and was like, "Good work on the Tinder promotion. I'm gonna come to one of your shows."
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I promote the podcast on Tinder too. It's
Good.
like my second picture.
Yeah.
I'm like,
nice.
yeah, bitch. It's, worst comes to worst, you give me a download.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, normally
You check stuff out on social media, and then you're intrigued a little bit.
normally I hide it so fiercely that I'm a comedian when I'm on social.
That's
Or not social media, but on dating apps.
That's fascinating. You hide
Because it's just like way too, it will just like really inform the conversation way too. Like there's the same like line of questions every time anybody like, oh, you're a comedian. People always ask what are you, like an observational comedian?
What type of
What
comedian
type
you
of
are.
comedy?
And
do you
then,
do?
but I'm like, name one other kind. What do you think I'm going to answer here? Observational or what? What else is? What are you?
Yeah.
Like most comedies on.
Yeah, like what's the other thing?
Yeah.
And people ask if like you have this, like if there's what you write about. Like I'm like, anything.
It's your life.
Who am I? Who am I that I'm only right about Caesars? You know?
There's also that. Didn't you have one or two people be like, somehow find out you're a comic, and we're like, just bring it into your conversations? Was like, well,
that was weird. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and you're like, what? Where is
there was a
this?
guy that had been at a show I was on, but told me when he found out that when I told him finally that I was a comedian, he insisted that he had never seen me before, but then described me perfectly from a show, and it was just I was like, what?
That's weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. I talked to him about it again, and I do kind of lean towards it being innocent, but it was also very strange. He was like, I for sure didn't see you, but unless you had a joke about cabbage, and I'm like, that's my thing. And he's like, or also the girl I'm thinking of, her brother was also on the show, and I'm like, no other girl, girl comedian has a brother that like.
But I for sure have never.
But I've
seen
for
you, and
sure
I
never
didn't-
seen
I
you.
didn't know you did comedy.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh man,
It was weird.
That's interesting.
Isn't
Because
that weird?
I wonder about that with guys too. Like if they hide it or not.
No,
Well,
I don't
can
think
tell
so.
You that
I
ones
think
in
they
Halifax
use
don't.
it.
No, they use
try
it.
to get laid.
And I think that there's a lot of guys on Tinder that say they're a comedian when they are not.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
just like a funny person in their friend group, and they say comedian.
A lot of people like have done like 2 open mics, and all their profile picture or their Tinder pictures or just like them at those 2 open mics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or at
Comedian.
their like Second City show, the one show they do with Second City. Yeah.
Which leads to a very interesting question that I've asked this before to other comedians. Like, how many shows or how long do you think someone needs to be doing comedy to be a comedian?
Oh, that is a good question. I still don't really say I'm a comedian. I always say I do comedy.
Oh, really?
I've started to say more that I'm a comedian, but I don't know what the answer to that would be. I think it's very like subjective.
Yeah. Yeah. Because even like, I think Catherine Robertson said, she's like, I've been doing it 10 years and I still feel weird saying that I am a comedian. Oh, so there seems to be a humbleness going on here.
It does. It feels weird. Like,
yeah.
Because like, I'm not like touring, headlining, I don't know, whatever. I don't have like a Netflix special or whatever. But I remember like last year I was in Vegas and a bunch of comics were there and someone asked me like, oh, are you a comedian too? And I was like, well, I do comedy. And then somebody I know was like, you're a comic.
Yeah.
You're a comedian. Just,
I would in a heartbeat I would describe you as a
comedian.
comedian. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah. It just felt like when I'm describing myself, it's hard to
it's weird.
Describe yourself like
I
that.
almost feel like it's consistency. Like if you're doing that consistently all the time.
I think that's definitely a big you have to be
know?
doing it consistently. If you're not a comedian. I guess I would say that.
Yeah.
I have a lot more ideas as to what makes not a comedian than as to what makes a comedian.
What are the ideas?
Well, like not doing it consistently.
Yeah.
Let's narrow this down. What's not consistent? Like one show every month?
2 weeks.
Oh, okay, but there's exceptions to this. Like our friend Amanda Brooke Perrin recently took a year off.
Well, yeah, but
she was doing it 10 years
true.
at that point, you know? Like so she's
100%.
She's still a comedian, of course she is. Yeah, but
do you think those years off are just years off from shows, or like do you think like people still write and they still work on?
I'm sure. She's a writer.
Right.
She's a writer.
Yeah. Right. So it's just a year off from doing shows. Really.
I think it's different for like whoever it is.
Yeah.
Like it depends on the reason why they're
taking time off, however long it is. Right.
But there's lots of stuff going on behind the scenes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Unless somebody's just like, I don't want to have anything to do with this anymore. Guess it depends on the person, situation.
It really does.
Yeah.
I think you're definitely not a comedian if you spend more time, like if you are more known from like your Facebook thread comments than from like any jokes you've ever said on stage, you know?
Right.
There's definitely
like a social media influencer versus
there's so many people that I've like never seen out that like are just all over the Facebook like comedy forums with so many opinions.
Who is this person?
Yeah. Do you guys ever have things that you write that you're like, this isn't going to make the stage, but I'm going to put it on social media?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. Yeah. And what makes you determine that? Like, is it just literally like there's just not enough meat to it maybe, or it's just a thought?
Sometimes if it's like, it's just a stupid idea, you'll just tweet it.
Tweet it out, yeah.
Yeah. Or if it's, I guess you could say not enough meat to it for sure.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't know how to expand on it necessarily.
Right.
But then there's sometimes things that are like really short that I still will just do because it just works. So,
it just works well, yeah. Do you guys remember your first shows?
I remember my first show.
Yeah.
Sure. Scott put it on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where was it?
It was in Edmonton. I was at a bar called the Jekyll and Hyde.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, he was putting on a show that was like all new comics, like all first sets.
Oh, see, that would make me more comfortable.
It was perfect. Yeah. And I was like I feel like you could use it to your advantage that you're such a part of the community already. Like, I can understand how the way you described it before of like it sort of psychs you out, but I think that ultimately people like you and want to see you do well.
Yeah, that's true. I've sent jokes to my friend Andrew Vaughn, who like
love Andrew.
It's so funny. I'll send him a joke like that I've written out in my notes section, and he's like, you got to cut that in half. Like my jokes are too long-winded.
Yeah,
I think so. It's just like one of those things. But we'll see what happens. Maybe someday. But like right now, I'm having fun with this.
Yeah, this is really
right
fun.
Now,
I
love like hearing about it, hearing people's stories, and like I like to promote funny, not necessarily have the pressure to be funny.
Sure.
I hear that.
So I'm like, I'll just promote you all. Spread the seed.
We need these.
We need this.
We need this. Yeah.
We need someone to be our cheerleader.
Martyrs.
That's kind of what it is. Like, I feel like I like now that I reach out to people who are coming in from away. I just kind of grab them and I say, like, do you want to come on and chat? Like, feel free. Like, this is just another way for you to get your stuff out there, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see it. What about you, Heather? Do you remember your first show?
Yeah, it was like the class show that I drank all that whiskey.
Oh, right.
before.
Oh, the whiskey. Oh, yeah. Oh,
But I drank it like right before I went up, so it didn't super hit me until right after I got off.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, I remember it being just like when you get your first laugh, you're just like, it's like, okay, I can breathe. And then you can like keep doing your set.
You can roll.
And then you get off and you're like, oh, I feel like, oh
Lighter.
God. No, you feel like really good.
Yeah.
After that, like those scenarios too. It was like everybody in my class, it was their first time doing comedy. It was just like a room packed full of everyone's friends and family. Everyone was there to support.
Oh, I love that.
So it was a very welcoming, nice room to do a first set.
Yeah, 100%.
And then our teacher like immediately after was like, well, that was like fantastic, everyone. But your next like 20 shows are going to be so terrible.
Well, that's
compared
the thing,
to this.
right?
Compared
Because you're
to that.
guaranteed to bomb.
You have to.
Yeah, compared to that.
You're not a comedian if you don't bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
can't
I'm saying the
learn.
most absurd
No,
things.
but you're right. You're totally right, though.
That goes in the list. Comedians.
We need a BuzzFeed article now.
I mean, that can't go on the list because those people are like, that's checked off.
I have never been this confident making claims like this.
I
What's
love
a
it.
comedian?
One extra spicy Caesar.
Do you guys want another? I have more.
Yeah, that'd be
Here,
fun.
let me see. I don't know if it was a 6-pack or a 4-pack. If it was a 6-pack,
But I'd split one.
You can split one if not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never know how much people want to drink before shows.
That's a good point.
I mean, like, not a ton, but like, I'm okay splitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I thought. I was like,
This is still running, right? Or
Yeah,
we?
it's running.
it is running.
We're just taking
Taking a
selfies.
selfie while you're getting our drink.
Should we get the camera in? Just kidding. That's dumb.
Gotta get you in this selfie.
Thank
It's
you.
a 4-pack. Which is lame. I should have gotten more.
Here we go.
All right, this is like all on camera and still rolling, right?
Oh yeah.
And Claire's just
Put the mic down.
pouring
It's very
one,
important.
one
very, very
Caesar
important.
into another.
I know. I'm shocked at how not spicy they are.
But it's a good amount.
I took more.
It is.
No, that's fine.
But like, it's weird. 'Cause
Cheers.
yes, cheers. Another cheers.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Such a good hangover drink too.
Good act out.
Freeze frame again. Right there. Oh my gosh.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my gosh.
Claire on that.
Going back to drinking though, another question I ask guests is if they remember the first time they got drunk and what it was and what the circumstance was.
I do. I had just come back from a night of babysitting.
Stressful night of babysitting. Needed to unwind.
And I went to my friend Shelly's place, who lives 2 houses down from mine. And she had 2 older brothers, and they bought a bunch of beer. And it was just me and Shelly, I think, were the only grade 9s there, grade 8s, or whatever age we were. And her brother picked me up a 6-pack of Labatt Blue, and I drank 5 of them.
Whoa.
I was drunk.
That's like my drunk right now.
Yeah, I went to
could
bed, and the sun was up, and I was in a hot tub. And I was like, it's time for bed. But I handled it.
Did you puke?
No.
Yeah, I didn't get hungover like the first couple times I drank.
I didn't puke, but I was drunk. And I had I had a lot of fun.
Holy shit.
And nothing weird happened. It was just like a good night.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. It was like a really fun night. Just like we grew up
Labatt
with
Blue.
these guys, so like I'd known them since I was like in grade 1, so
Right.
nothing weird was gonna happen. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
I don't really specifically remember it. I remember it was in I'm from Grand Prairie originally, Alberta, northern Alberta, and then moved to like just outside of Edmonton. And my best friend in high school and I were like those kids that were like, we don't need to drink to have fun. Like,
I was like that too.
Yeah. We like never drank. And then she was from Kelowna and I was from Grand Prairie, and we both like went home one weekend and like got drunk with our friends there and had so much fun. And we got back and we're like, oh my God, drinking was so fun. It was very like just like serendipitous that we both did that.
Right.
And then we drank together all the time.
Oh man.
I don't remember exactly what. I think it was just like, I don't really. I know. I just know the weekend that I got drunk. I don't remember what I drank or what I did. Yeah.
What are your guys' go-tos now? Like when you want to get drunk.
Beer.
Beer, really?
Still probably beer. Yeah.
Beer.
Do you feel bloated when you? This is my question. Like, you are both gorgeous women and thin women. How do you drink beer and not feel bloated?
We have long talks about this.
Because I do.
Like,
I'll have
feel
two,
terrible.
and I'm like, bleh, and I look pregnant. And all these bitches drinking beers, looking still fire, and I don't get it.
I gave up beer for a while because of that. Like, I was trying to lose weight, and honestly, Heather was my inspiration to come back to it because she drinks a lot of beer and can stay.
You're tiny.
I know. She's the tiniest person I know.
Doesn't feel like
and
that.
she stays.
How?
She drinks so much beer. I think it's probably the beer.
It's the beer. It's beer diet.
Is it just
all
beer
all
and
the
no
time.
food? No food? It's like
It
the
has
diet?
been. It has been in the past.
You're in Halifax too.
Yeah.
This is the beer.
Yeah.
Lots of beer here.
We're eating well on this trip though.
Yeah,
You had a donair for the first time.
Oh,
She had
I
donair for the
did.
first time.
was
But I mean, like,
very
we were
exciting.
legitimately eating well for the
good.
first bit of the trip. Like, we packed a bunch of food.
Oh,
A lot of wraps.
We ate a lot of wraps, a lot of veggies and
a lot
dip,
of fruit,
grapes.
$12 grapes.
$12 grapes.
I need to up my wrap game because I think that's an easy way to eat healthy.
On the
yet
way-
I
on the
don't
go?
know how to do
Yeah.
it. I don't know how to do it.
Oh man.
What do you make your wrap out of? Chicken?
I had some chicken ones.
I made egg salad wraps.
She made an egg salad
it was
wrap.
Like just boiled eggs and avocado.
Oh,
and
it's
like,
avocado is
the new mayo.
it's the new mayo.
I feel like that's the title. Avocado is the new mayo.
It does
great.
the same job.
It does the same job, and it's delicious and nutritious.
Oh yeah, I know. I love avocado.
Oh yeah.
I've only eaten it when I've gone places. I've never prepared it myself.
Avocado?
You just eat it.
Yeah. You've never prepared it?
No, never.
Like cut it open.
I made guacamole once in my life, and that was the one time I bought an avocado and like did something.
Oh,
with it.
avocado's great.
It's so good.
So yum.
You need to know how. The first time I made guacamole, I didn't know how to choose an avocado.
Oh, me neither.
And they were super not ripe enough.
Yeah.
But now I know.
And you'll never go back.
I think one of
you gotta just like gently squeeze
massage.
I was in like a
good thumbnail for the YouTube.
I was at a grocery store a couple months ago, and there was like none of the avocados were like quite ripe enough, and it was such a busy grocery store, and there was like 10 millennials, like me and 9 other millennials, like as quickly as we could squeezing all the avocados to try and find the ripe one before the other ones did.
Wow.
So funny.
That's a meme.
It was straight out of Portlandia. It was great.
That's a
so
meme.
funny.
I gave up.
Yeah.
I'm not competitive enough. Yeah.
These kids are
I still don't
a couple
really
years
know.
younger than me. They're probably faster.
It's just a certain firmness or something, right?
Yeah. You need a
bit
squishiness.
darker and a little bit of a squish, like not too
much squish, then it's
rotten.
too done.
And then they go bad like the next day, right?
Yeah.
But you can keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Keeping
true.
them in the fridge kind of like stops them from ripening more up until a certain point.
So we've talked about Tinder. We've talked about avocados.
What other millennial
We
things?
definitely need to cover yoga.
Dating apps.
And,
Yoga. I just don't do it.
Oh,
Do
me
you guys-
neither.
Do you guys do it?
Actually, there's a comedian in Toronto that teaches a free yoga class for comedians on Mondays. It's great. So I do it then.
Specifically for comedians.
Just for comedians. Yeah, she's a saint.
She's
that's
fantastic.
That's wow.
Shout out to Dina
Yeah.
Jackson.
I was just gonna look to her. I wasn't even gonna say her name. I was just like, "This
Well,
is for you."
I did, Dina. This one's for you.
I just feel so terribly awkward at yoga.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. I feel like as a 32-year-old woman, I should be more comfortable in my own body, but I'm not. I feel so awkward. Don't know how to, like, it just doesn't, it makes me laugh, to be honest. Those positions, like,
Yeah.
I get giggles doing it.
I used to do yoga like when I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I
The
can say
dog
that.
days.
You'll be able to say that soon, Claire.
Thank you.
When I was in
Thanks
my
for the
20s.
yeah. I can't wait.
No, you're in
Excited
like
for
the
you.
best age right now.
I like my age.
Yeah, it's a good age.
Yeah, like you're in the best time of your life right now.
I'm gonna be 29 soon though, and that's too much.
No, 29.
29 is not too much.
No, 29 is great.
21's better than 28.
Wow.
100%.
But it's like maybe I believe that, but it's so close
Well, what
to not the 20s anymore.
Well, maybe it's because I'm above 30, but like, are you like, what's the fear? What's the?
I just don't have any like financial stability, or I don't have a career in any way, or
Pish posh. You do?
That's a 20-year-old.
not one that supports me in any way.
Oh, yeah.
I have no security.
Because do you do comedy full time or do you work too?
I work.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I mean, I don't want to waitress all my life.
Of course not. No.
But I do like. I genuinely do like having two things.
Yeah.
Like having. I like having a job outside of comedy. I want to find something eventually that's less taxing on my body, but
Ooh, that would do it.
Yeah, but
because you said you work in a hospital, right?
Yeah.
So same thing, like
Yeah,
physical?
but I really. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's tiring. It's exhausting, like different types of ways.
Is it like crazy shifts?
I like it.
Like, are the shifts weird? Or?
The shifts are for the most part like pretty regular. It tends to be like 8 to 4.
Oh, that ain't
type
bad.
thing. But like every now and then I'll work evening. Every now and then I'll work a weekend, but it's not very often.
I would happily do a job that was taxing my body with a little bit more security, like that you have like benefits and like savings and
like
stuff.
I actually really do. Like I go through phases sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't want to be doing this anymore. But for the most part, I'm like, this is really interesting, and I'm very interested in what I'm doing all the time.
Working these jobs probably give you some material.
Truly.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of material from it.
You know, because like you're observing different people.
Oh yeah,
and you're in these situations.
Stupidest people go into a hospital. It's amazing. Fantastic for material.
I really like too. Yeah, like having the just something that like allows you to maybe connect with the audience a bit. Like I feel like it would be tough to be just a comedian because you're having less and less experiences that like everyone shares.
Right.
A lot of people that are a lot of people that like spend. I mean, and they even then still probably have other jobs. But like a lot of open micers I find in Toronto have like this problem of only their jokes start to become about open mics, and it's like they're funny jokes, but it's like you've got to. There's no upward mobility with that. Like no one. There's a very
Comedy
finite number of people that are going to find that funny. Yeah.
Other open micers.
You're appealing to people who are other comedians.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah.
You've already preaching to the converted.
Oh man. Do you guys remember like the first joke you ever wrote? Like the very first one?
Yeah.
Yeah? What was it? Or maybe actually, well, don't say the joke, but like, what was it about?
I can say mine. Mine was that my grandma.
Love it all.
Yeah.
I love this.
I still write a lot about my grandma.
How much your grandma comes up every day.
She's truly an inspiration to my comedy. It was based around this experience I had where is like she was talking to me. I was on the phone with her and Scott had just visited her and she was like, "You've sure got a fan in your older brother. He sure loves you a lot." And I was like, "Oh yeah, really? That's cute." She's like, "Yeah, every time I said anything bad about you, he defended you." I was like, "What?"
Oh wow.
And I guess she was saying she was just saying how she thinks I drink too much and hang out with too many boys. And this is the joke that I told on stage was like, she says I drink too much and I hang out with too many boys, and she doesn't even know how easy I am.
Oh, grandma.
Seven sweet years ago.
Oh,
that joke saw the light of day.
7 years. As long as I've been single, you've been doing comedy.
Oh wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
The longest relationship I've ever been in.
It's a long time.
Comedy?
Oh, I like that though.
I don't.
It's a lifelong relationship. You're already married to it. No, do you remember
Does it make
first?
you dinner, Claire? Comedy? Sometimes it does. Gives us growlers.
Oh, that's true.
Oh man.
What was your first joke?
I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was about two of my friends who had the same vibrator. And one of them lost the charger and asked to borrow my other friend's charger. And she like really thought about it. It's like, just like, I really need to keep that bad boy charged all the time, so I'm gonna have to bring it over, and then you can charge it while I'm there. I was like, this is so weird. And then my other friends was like, you know what, it's fine. It's the same charger as the vacuum. And then I made some like carpet vacuum joke.
I love
that. I don't remember how it went, but to me it was very funny.
Nice.
Didn't make a lot of sense, I think, but I said the word carpet.
I love that. Do you ever have to clear, like, if you have a joke about someone in your life, a friend or like an ex or like someone you've dated, like, do you ever have to like go back to them and be like, just a heads up? If you ever come to one of my
did
shows.
once, yeah. I had a joke about how big a guy's dick was once, and I was it was like
that would be grounds for clearing.
Well, he was like, we kind of been seeing each other over the summer, and then it was like I moved to Toronto, and then I like was coming home to perform, and all my friends were gonna come, and I was like, just so you know, I wrote a joke about you. I think he'll know which one it was.
Would he have known? I was like, would he have known?
Yeah.
Wait, was the size of the dick big or small?
Big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you remember the joke. You remember the joke.
That's better. That's way better.
Yeah.
It's a compliment.
It was so awkward though, like, because all my friends sat like literally front row, and I think that he had told a couple of his friends that I'd said that there was a joke about him, and then when I told that joke, it was like, I don't tell a lot of dirty jokes as it is, so I'm already like kind of awkward when I do it, but I was just like having them right there, and like I was just like really analyzing all their reactions.
They're just like, oh, we know a lot more.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
Ooh. What about family? Like, okay, and this is like,
I write all kinds of jokes about my family's dick sizes.
That's our whole set.
What about like if a family member was like,
dick.
oh my god. You ever?
So sorry. Let's move on.
Do you ever get awkward if you know a family member is in the audience?
Yeah, I prefer not.
Not to me.
Have your parents come out ever? Or like,
my dad came out to. I did So Fresh, So Clean, and my dad came out to that one.
Okay, there's like a clean comedy showcase.
Which is I was like, this is
the better
perfect
one
to come out
Yeah.
to this one.
Yeah.
I did when I turned 30. I had a comedy show in my living room, and they were there for that because they brought me a big cake.
Oh.
And yeah, I got very drunk that night, and I just did whatever I was doing at the time. But I remember one point, my dad was like talking to my mom, and I was like yelled at my dad. I was like, "Dad, it's a comedy show." I know it's in my living room, but
when you start out, like, you have what you have. You don't really have options as to what what jokes you're gonna do.
Yeah, you can't change it on the fly so much.
So my family, they were always like really supportive of both of us.
Oh, that's good.
So I've definitely done fisting jokes in front of my mom and grandma.
Wow.
Because I just didn't.
I've never even heard these jokes.
I know. I don't. Well, I don't do them anymore. I don't do that. Yeah, I worry about you.
I'm fragile.
Yeah, I don't ever want to do them ever again. So
I am like very intrigued now. Like this X-rated
This-
set that Claire has.
It's very different.
Who is this person next to me?
They were always just like sprinkled. I always had like one dirty joke at a time.
Oh, I like that. Sprinkle it in.
I know it was never
Don't
like,
overdo it.
all right, what's my dirty joke right now? It was just sort of like the one would come out.
See, and I think that's my problem too. I feel like all my jokes are like sex related.
That's like that's a very common thing when you start.
Yeah, and I feel like that's not a faux pas, but like I want to have more. Have a variety of things.
I think it can be more challenging to write a joke that's going to appeal to like as many people as possible when it's not about something dirty.
Right.
People love dirty jokes. Like that's why comics, you'll always notice, have their like dirtiest jokes at the end, because it's like they want to like, you know, you leave on a high note. People are like, you can't, and it's hard to follow your own dirty jokes sometimes. Like people are like, no, talk more about dicks.
Right? Well, because it's an interesting thing where like all these different types of people from various walks of life are in this room to laugh, and you know, some might be prudes, some might be more open people, but like we all fuck.
Yeah.
We all have dealt with.
that
Well,
instinct.
hopefully we all fuck.
Yeah. Well,
might get
not
some
right now,
virgin-
but
Oh, ding ding, girl. I feel you on that.
Heather is so determined to get me laid on this trip.
Oh, you gotta.
Yeah.
Oh, how have you not? You look like the type that an East Coast boy would go for.
I'm wearing a Joel
right?
Plaskett shirt.
You are.
I'm doing.
Yeah, she's East Coast.
I'm trying as hard as I can.
You would fit right in.
I've also been staying with my brother, so that's been tricky.
Go to Good Robot, and I'm sure you'd be fine.
Yeah?
What's that?
It's like a brewery.
We almost had our show there.
But if you're doing the Seahorse tonight.
Yeah.
So you're in the prime hipster North End area.
Nice.
So Seahorse is attached to the Local, which is another bar.
All right.
That's a good spot to go.
Perfect.
We were gonna go to. We have plans to go to Beerley's after.
I'll be there.
Okay.
I'll see you there.
Nice.
Let's fucking do this. Let's get Claire laid.
Let's get.
Yeah.
But not.
Let's all get laid. Fuck it.
Okay.
If we do this, we have to have there's a lot of wheels in motion.
Well, are you a hookup person? Do you like doing the hookup?
Not really. A lot of my jokes are about my paranoias about STIs, so.
Oh man.
But
It's
we'll
tough.
find the right one.
But I've gotten
You're
past it.
Getting laid this trip.
Yes,
Claire.
I'm shocked that you
I'm
haven't.
getting
yet.
you laid.
That's very kind.
Yeah. Yeah. Just crawl under the table.
I'm so glad I can't see how red I am right now.
Let's shift
All you
the
can see
focus.
is how red I am.
Let's shift the focus to Heather.
If I
what
just
about
hold
you?
this by my face,
What about
I
you?
won't
Are
look
you
so
single,
red.
gal?
I am right now.
Are
yes.
you a casual sex gal?
Not. I mean, I don't know what I am.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
wouldn't say I'm a casual sex gal.
I don't think I am, but it's for sure happened many times.
Sometimes it's a means to an end.
Sometimes it's a lot of
You just
fun.
need
Like
it.
I've had a lot of fun doing it,
right.
but I don't see myself doing it like for long periods of time.
No.
Oh, me
But
neither.
also, like, I'm really happy just being by myself right now. Like, I'm really enjoying that.
She's got
Like,
a great dog.
Yeah. I only just got out of a relationship like a couple weeks ago.
Oh
and,
shit. Okay. So super fresh.
yeah, it's really fresh, but it's like the right move.
That's good. That's good. Was it a
And
long
like nothing
relationship?
happened. It was like just under a year.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing bad happened. It was just like wasn't right.
Right.
For right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just like excited to just cuddle my dog a ton
And enjoy life. Enjoy life.
Watch
alone.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
watch a lot of RuPaul.
Yeah.
Drink beer.
Drink so much beer. Eat some Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, you're so full of hope.
I love how you're saying that to me, but I'm actually older than you.
But still, you're still so full of it.
Yeah. Hope is ageless.
I feel like that's
true.
something I just don't have anymore. I'm like,
Hope.
no.
Maybe
tonight,
you should switch things
I'll
up.
get you guys both laid tonight. How
Okay,
about that?
well, if this works. Okay,
nice.
Heather, if
That's
this
what I
works,
was
I need to put in my intro to this episode that it worked. Just to
Okay.
update the listeners.
Okay.
Okay.
But I will say this, is that I either get fuck zoned or friend zoned, and I don't get girlfriend zoned ever.
Is that what you want? Like, are you looking for?
Yeah.
Relationship?
I hate
relationship.
saying that because I feel like there's a stigma on women who say like they want
When you're looking
No,
for it,
but like
yeah.
that's like
But-
just something that you're wanting.
And it's been
So
7
you're
years,
not just looking
bitches.
for some bro to like
Yeah.
have sex with.
Somebody
and then
should
never
make you
see
dinner.
again. Yeah, you want someone you can count on and someone to bring you ice cream and make.
That's
you
kind
dinner.
of just it. Like I'm just kind of like I'm kind of there. Like I feel like I give too much in casual sex situations, or like to a point where it's like, well, what about me? Like,
Of course.
what about?
Definitely.
And I actually just like wrote that in my notes section of my phone the
Yeah.
other day. I was like, what about me?
Well, it's-
Totally.
It's,
You need to
it's
start
not
thinking
a
about
one-way
you.
street.
Yeah. You need to see that stuff.
Yeah.
So important. But like I heard this thing that was like, if you change your this is really weird. If a woman says I want a man, like I'm a straight woman, so I want a man, it sounds desperate.
Right.
But if you change the word to partner, it actually doesn't sound as bad.
True.
Not that I should give a shit about how it sounds.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
again, it's been 7 years. So like I feel like I'm allowed to want it. And I get
I
this
think you're
To
for
miss
sure allowed
it.
to
Like,
want
yeah. These are
that.
very human emotions.
Yeah.
human thing.
Yeah.
And the number one thing I get from people is, well, you gotta love yourself before you, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, bitch, I've been loving myself for 7 years.
Yeah.
That's a RuPaul quote,
I've
by
been,
the way.
yes, and I get it. It is.
I said that in my breakup.
You said it to
I hope you said it like that. How the hell you gonna love
I think
somebody
I
else?
might have texted it.
Oh, I love it.
But it was like a lot of like, I don't know. But when you break up with somebody that you really love and care about still, and then you're just like, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? And it was a text. I do recall this, and she wrote amen. And then
oh my gosh.
like, yeah,
but I mean, like, I do agree with that statement. But I also feel like there's more to it than just loving yourself.
Oh my God.
Oh, for sure.
Because, like, I'm pretty narcissistic. I mean, I think any podcaster is narcissistic.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I listen to
Any
my own
video
voice.
podcaster, yeah.
Right? I, like, look at myself and hear myself all the time. And I have to get used to this fucking face because I see it all the time.
Tell me about it.
So, like, I've been
oh God.
Oh God.
My face, you
Worst
know?
nightmare.
But, like, it's a thing, right?
Mirrors are a terror.
Like, do you guys get insecure about shit like that? Like, I do. I don't know.
Oh my God, 1,000%. You should.
I hate seeing a video of me.
Pause this podcast. We'll start it back up later when Heather and I are lying in bed, just really being raw.
It's so true.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough. It's really rough.
There's some real nice combos.
Yeah.
Lying in bed in the darkness.
It's so easy to be raw in the dark.
Oh yeah.
I'm crying.
Yeah. Something about this is why I think I'm so glad I can't.
Oh, yeah,
it's funny though that we can still see Heather. This must be. You're such a disadvantage.
Oh man, but it is interesting, like moving to video and like seeing myself have like 1.5 hour conversations and be like, this is how I look when I talk. Fuck.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that to myself. I just not look. I just hate seeing video of myself.
Oh,
I hate watching it.
And you guys must see it all the time with like if you do festivals or like have anything taped.
Yeah,
if we did festivals, that would be hard to see ourselves.
I thought you did.
Some of the funny thing is because we set this tour up ourselves, this like East Coast tour, and gave them like everybody we were doing a show with, we gave them our credits, and it's just really adorable how a lot of these like small town venues have really exaggerated the credits we gave them.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Just like, I mean, very innocently. I don't think I think it's just people, it's like a confusion of what our credits actually are.
It's like one little bit about the credit that's tweaked a bit, but it means for
very
comic,
different things.
It means very different
like
things.
Heather did programs at the Second City, like educational,
I did some improv classes at the Second City in Toronto, and it turned into
got her start at Chicago's Second City.
Second City, and
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I did like a spot in JFL 42 in Toronto, which is like, it's not just for laughs. But that became just for laughs in all my credits. Yeah. It's just for laughs, and that is.
And I was like, Claire, congrats on just for laughs.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Just for laughs.
It's very sweet. It's like we did our due diligence. We didn't lie, and so if people want to lie about us,
I always wonder about like bios and stuff because whenever I see shows and I see like the descriptions of the comedians, I'm like, did you guys write them yourself or like how did these bios start? Like maybe there should be like a LinkedIn for comedians.
I'm lucky.
We've done festivals, but
not like big,
not like we haven't been featured on like a CBC on a cable television show. We don't have Netflix.
Sorry to break this to you now, an hour into the podcast.
You're done.
Yeah.
I can't believe I bought you these
festival comedians on.
Can't believe I bought 4 Caesars.
No wonder we were so excited about the free drinks.
I was just like, what?
You'll get there though. You guys are both so fucking great.
Thank you.
You gotta get there. You gotta like.
Nice of you to say.
You are. Keep going. Keep chasing those dreams.
You know what? Okay.
And then maybe
I will.
One day I'll get up and do an open mic. Never. No. It's not gonna happen.
I hope you do.
Oh
I
man.
hope you do too.
I
think
mean,
you would be very good at it.
I've already been told that
And
I can't
find joy
date
in
comedians in the scene because I have a comedy podcast.
Well,
Who told you that?
You just don't want to do that anyways.
What? They said that you can't?
Well, not so much that I can't.
Just that it's not a good
Just
idea.
that being like, I consider myself comedy adjacent.
Yeah.
But I also am like, if let's say a comedian came on and like I don't know, I had an experience with them and it didn't go, like, they broke my heart or something. Like, it's not like I'm gonna, like, go on and, like, bosh their episode or, like, I'm not the Taylor Swift of podcasting. Although, like, I might throw low shade in a future episode, but it would just be low shade.
Well, that's just
it would just be low.
You know, people should be nice people, and then they won't have low key shade thrown at them.
And it shouldn't matter if they're a comedian or
Exactly.
not. Because if they were a guy, it would be the same thing.
Right?
They were just a
like,
normie.
also at the same time, like, I don't super recommend.
I was just well, I was gonna ask.
I mean,
what
it
about you
depends.
guys? What are your thoughts on it?
Like, we've both dated comedians.
I got my second most recent relationship. When I was out of it, I was like, I don't think I can date anyone but a comedian. Like, we broke up largely because comedy was such a stress on the relationship, and then I dated a comedian, and it was like, it was just the breakup was so high stakes. It felt like when it came to an end, it was like, it worked out great and we're really good friends, and I, you know, I would be like happy to have him here, like, you know, but like, it was scary, or it was very scary to break up.
Interesting. Because I would always think that would be a good thing, because you'd understand the industry, you'd understand the lifestyle associated with it, and like the demands, the challenges.
Those are all very true. Those were all like incredibly positive parts of our relationship, and we were like really helpful to each other. There was, with my relationship in particular, like, I felt like, I mean, maybe it comes back to like just, you know, how women are socialized, but I felt like in a lot of ways I was really I started to care more about his career and how he was moving forward.
That's very
and I did
common.
start to really think that he was funnier than me, and I do still think he's like one of the funniest people I know. Anyway.
Right. But like, it gets to a point where it's like, I don't want to say the word competition, but you kind of feel like it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be what I would say.
Tricky.
I definitely want to be in a the next relationship I want to be in, I want to be very comfortable that I'm the funniest one.
Well, that resonated with me, you saying that you care too much about his dreams.
Yeah.
That hit me in a place, because I feel like I'm like that in situations, like not even dating situations, but just like, you know, if I have a crush or if I like someone, I will just be like nurturing.
Yeah. I'm picking that up from you. Don't like
And it sucks. It sucks when you get to that point where you're like, well, I gotta like shine bright too.
Yeah.
And you want someone who's gonna let you shine bright.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cheesy.
It's very cheesy,
so
but it's
cheesy.
very true.
Encourage that too.
Yeah. And you should both be
Someone who's
shining.
happy to,
You know.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
I love this.
two-way
Is all your
street.
apartment makes so much
Shiny.
sense now. Yeah. It's all gold.
Never let anyone dull your shine. Ugh.
Would you date a comedian again, Heather?
What was that like?
It's a oh.
Get off your Instagram right
I was
now.
gonna do a story.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's A-OK. ABP.
She's really good at
ABP. That's
social
my
needs.
BFF. Would I date a comedian again? I don't know.
What were the challenges of it?
Oh,
Heather's were very unique.
Are you? How are you unique?
Her challenges in her relationship their challenges were not necessarily related to
I just like
comedy.
I'll just say
okay,
maybe
yes.
like just don't date a sociopath.
I mean,
that doesn't have to be a comic. Like that can be anybody.
yeah.
That can be anybody.
they're so charming though.
They
they're
can be,
so
right?
charming. That's how they get you. That's how they get you.
They know exactly what to say, and yet.
What are we doing here?
I'm trying to do a story.
You want to get that futon in there?
Yeah, we're getting the green screen.
We're green screened. We're at a bar. Not.
Yeah.
I can't see the bar.
This is so cruel to do this to your viewers and listeners.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Oh, they'll have to
We're
see
professionals.
the episode when it comes in.
It's literally like we're at a bar.
I know.
We
I love
are at
it.
a bar.
I mean, it's
Yeah, there's. I did the big comfy couch as a background once.
Ooh,
which was really fun.
Fun.
We've done Jurassic Park. We've done mountains.
I wish that we'd thought of something cooler. Yeah.
Instead.
Yeah, it's just. Well, do you want mine or do you want the podcast?
What? Are there both?
Whichever.
Intoxicated, IN, and then TALK. And then it should show up. Is there a whiskey glass?
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listen, while they handle this, I'm gonna entertain the.
Entertain us, Claire. Entertain us.
Oh no. what? Oh, no. I thought you were going to be preoccupied. I didn't realize there's going to be this pressure.
I'm shocked I'm not on my phone right now.
No.
I'm pretty addicted to my phone. I don't know about you.
Of course. I am more addicted to my phone than ever, I think.
Oh, really? Yeah. What's your what's your crack app? Like the one that you're addicted to?
It's literally just like a spiral back and forth between Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
Oh. What's your personal?
Oh,
sorry, I'm not listening to the deep conversation you have because I'm on my phone right now.
What a millennial. It's Sarah with an H for hoe and MACL.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, Sarah Mackle. Like you were saying how yours is Clareable?
Clareable.
Yeah. Mine's Sarah Mackle. So I feel you.
I like that.
I feel you. Like you just say how it looks.
Yeah. I don't know why. For some reason, like my name is Clare Belford, and I really thought it'd be funny if my name was Clare Belford.
Oh,
that's funny.
That sounds
I don't know.
good.
Thank you. You can tell it's funny when someone goes, "Oh, that's funny."
Yeah. That's how I laugh.
Oh, that's funny.
It's real
That would be a bad reaction to a joke. Like you're like testing jokes out on people and they're like, well, I get the like I always get the uncomfortable, like it's too self-deprecating, tone it back.
Do you feel like there's like an average amount of time it takes for people to like warm up?
Yes.
Because I'm always like, I get to the end of a podcast and I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to film.
Right?
Like, now I'm ready to record.
I know. Well, that's just it. It's and I think the drinking helps.
The drinking helps. Sure.
Do you guys want to take over my Tinder?
Sure.
Yeah.
And now, because you're on mine, you have free range. You can message, swipe. You can look at my profile if you want. And you can say whatever you want about the profiles you see.
All right.
And if they're really shitty, you can make fun of them. But my only thing is don't say names, just in case.
Sure. That's very nice.
Just in case they listen. But, I mean, they probably
We could change names.
Yeah. So, like, you've been on Tinder here.
Yeah, I have been too.
So you've both been.
Mm-hmm.
What's your age range?
I don't know.
I think mine is. I think mine is like 26 to like 38.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's pretty big. I don't know.
Mine's 29 to 40.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Because I'm 32.
Yeah,
so I'm
and
like,
if you're looking for like a relationship with a man, yeah, that's a good range.
I am. Oddly enough, here they go.
I feel like I could handle 40, only because I met a 40-year-old that I thought was very attractive, and I didn't realize he was 40. I was like serving this party at a restaurant I worked at, and this like the person that organized the party, her sons were there, and they were very good looking. And then like they all left. The only people that were left were like the couple that organized the party and then another couple. And they were like talking about their sons. They're like, oh, they're still single. And I'd been serving the party like myself the entire night. Sorry, I got real sidetracked here.
No, go nuts.
And then they were like, they loved me. This like I love serving like parties of old people. Like,
I love that.
You just have to say something with a little bit of confidence and they laugh. Like they're the easiest crowd, you know?
I love them.
And they were like, Claire, do you have any use for a 40-year-old? And I was like, for what? And they were like, oh, I guess that answers that. And then I kept meaning to be like, but no, actually, yes.
Right?
But I never got to. Anyway, Janet's son, if you're listening.
You will eventually, Claire. You're going to find the
Michael. Michael's active. He says he's not looking for a hookup.
Oh, I thought for sure that would be relationship.
He's cute.
A lot of guys say that.
Yeah, he's cute. I'd swipe.
Cute.
That's confusing, but.
I don't know which one he is there.
Oh, wait, we said no names, right? You said no names?
Oh.
It's no big deal.
I mean.
Let's just call everyone Michael.
You
know
what I'm more interested in is, can we look at this?
Yeah.
We should talk to people.
Oh, did I get a message?
Hey, Sarah, how's it going?
Oh, I want to see your profile. That's what I need to know first.
A lot of these are, like, a lot of the messages actually.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. So I have a variety of pictures on here.
Okay, a variety. Okay, yeah, there's the podcast.
Oh,
nice. You're really, these are,
boobs.
Whoa, the boob pic. That's
Real
so funny.
Thirst traps.
Thirst traps.
That was my my suggestion to these guys, because they were putting the show poster first. I was like, you got to put like 5 thirst traps. And then the poster.
We kept getting our poster taken down, but she's still got hers up.
Being thirsty is something that has come up a lot.
These are great
for me. Oh, thank you. See, the hot dog picture elicits a lot of really bad hot dog jokes from guys.
Of course it would.
And I really appreciate a dude who avoids them just because it's so easy to make a hot dog joke. You know?
Yeah.
So I really, like, when they don't do
not
it,
unique.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
This is a great profile.
Oh, good anthem song.
Oh
too.
my God.
Robin.
Yeah. Which
Can we
really
play
just
that?
screams, it really just screams, I've been alone for a long time. Like when you have dancing
on my own as your anthem.
Yeah.
This is the dance party section of this podcast.
It totally is. That's my jam. It'll always be my jam.
I felt pretty good about my Bumble profile. The Tinder profile I have right now, I just threw together.
Ooh, can I see yours?
Yeah,
Can I see
absolutely.
your guys's?
Nick
I think
was-
we should just do a total exchange here.
Nick was making fun of mine because he said it was. I was like, yeah, Heather said something about needing to put the thirst traps first, and I was like, yeah, you need to put the thirst traps first, and then he was like, oh, he made fun of my pictures.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love a thirst trap.
But mine aren't thirst traps. I realize that now.
Mine aren't either. Mine's just like a cigarette hanging from my mouth.
Are you kidding me though? That's what people are into.
Well, somebody did comment on it.
Oh my God, Claire. Okay.
Right? Thirst trap.
I need to show the listeners. I don't know if this will go in focus, but
This is me. This could be you can just make this. I can send you this picture if you want it to be like
yeah, I can just
the
flop it
cover
in
of
there.
the picture or of the.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's my costume. That's my Halloween costume 2 years ago. I went as your mom's new boyfriend.
I love the first line of your profile. Let's
Thank
just
you.
take it slow, grab a drink, maybe buy a sectional together.
Thank you. Yeah, yes, I'm a comedian.
In Nova Scotia for some comedy shows, then you plug the shows. Yes.
Yeah.
ABP. I love it. I think this is a great one.
I don't know how to get back to it. This is the drunkest thing anyone could be doing right now. Is just 3 women on their Tinders into microphones. Oh, so many that you haven't responded to.
Ooh, what are they?
I'm looking for a relationship.
Yeah.
Good opener.
I don't like getting the question.
That's like right off the bat. That's what he says.
I don't like getting the question, what are you, or how have you been doing on this app? I get that question all the time. And
Really?
I don't like that question
That's weird.
because clearly it's not going good if I'm still on
You're
it.
still there, yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, you've got.
There's some cute.
I know. I just don't take the time to respond.
I know
Right
it's such a
here.
time
That's
investment.
my main
Hate about it.
Like usually when I have the time to do it, it's super late at night, and then I fall asleep and I go back to bed, and I just ignore them for the rest.
Yeah, the only people I've responded to are people who are like, "What show? Oh, I'm going to the show." I'm like, awesome.
Awesome. That's what I came to do.
Cool.
Can I see your profile?
Yeah,
Hers is good. Heather's is really good.
Okay.
It's
Sam,
not.
describe it.
It's just regular.
That's not.
That's just.
Oh,
Right?
I love that.
Wait,
my
is your show?
thirst trap.
Is the tour poster down?
Is that? It's at the end.
Oh, there it
No,
is.
it's not.
We have to leave soon. I'm sorry to bring
my
this
God.
up so tactlessly.
No problem.
What time is it?
It's almost 7.
It's almost
Oh, shit.
7. We got to get these girls to their
Okay.
fucking show. But
Yeah.
I want to say thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you
and
so
giving
much
me
for
your
having
time.
us. This
And
is so
you.
lovely.
And I would love, do you have any, like this will come out in like 2 weeks time. So
Cool.
I'll message you guys then. And if you have any dates that you
Yeah,
want to throw in the
yeah.
description,
I
will
know
totally
for
do
sure.
that.
If anyone is in Toronto, I think it's May 28th. I'm doing an opening spot on previous shout out Dina Jackson's album recording. She's very funny.
Ooh, nice.
That's the show I'm looking forward to the most coming up. I think that would be not on this tour.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But you guys have websites. You guys both have fire websites, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
they're
a,
really
I have a
good.
very I have a very good manager.
Meditate.
Oh, man.
I have a very nice manager.
I need to get a manager.
Shout out to Barry Taylor of Comedy Records.
I mean, you're not going to go to these shows, are you?
Well, I mean, you never know.
I just
For a
went
minute.
called
One of these is an
Show.
Asian show.
And I have Dawn Patrol and another one that I haven't written.
Actually, I
in
think
there.
I said the 28th, but it's the 30th. You're
30th,
gonna
third
want to
May?
you're gonna want us to send you a message.
28th,
This is a mess.
Comedy
I will-
on College.
Oh, that's true. We do run a weekly
yes.
Tuesday show in Toronto at
perfect.
Bureaucracy called Comedy on College.
Comedy
It's
on
every
College.
Tuesday at 8. It's free.
Ooh.
We get really good comedians.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Free
perfect.
show, cheap beer, cheap food.
Cheap food.
Uh,
That's amazing.
us.
And what are your guys' social media? Because you plug your shows on social media.
Truly.
So the listeners should go and follow you on there for any updates.
Yeah.
Well, Comedy on College. That's on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Comedy on College.
Comedy on College.
And then
Perfect.
I'm on Twitter. I'm at Clare Belford. There's no I in Claire. And on Instagram, I'm at Clarebol.
Yeah, on Instagram, I'm at Hello Heather Mariko. I forget my handles all the time. And then Twitter, I'm at Heather_Mariko.
I love that you have. I've thought about this lately. That you have such a easy name, Heather Macdonald, and you've really complicated it on social media with the Mariko.
But like, there's I know.
There's too many problems.
there's
I'm sure there's too many
another
Heather McDonalds.
I was gonna say
There is a Heather
Macdonald
McDonald comedian.
I was gonna ask if that's fucked you over at all. Like,
we did a podcast, remember, with Dean?
Oh yeah.
And we were who did we call him? Mateo Lane.
Oh yeah. And he thought that's who you were.
Like, we're here with comics, Clare Belford and Heather Macdonald. He's like, oh my God, Heather Macdonald. I love you and blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
shit.
It's not me.
Yeah. Oh no, that's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
But she's like a much more famous
Heather
Macdonald, because she goes on like Chelsea Lately.
Yeah. She had a beef with Chelsea. That was the whole thing, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
They got in a fight.
I hate her.
Yeah.
I hate her because of the name. My God, I don't even know what she does.
Yeah, we've got a different beef.
I'm sure she's a very nice person and very funny. I have no idea.
Heather Macdonald, if you start running a comedy show called Comedy on College, we're coming for you.
Coming for you. You stole their name.
But yeah, like,
if you get a friend named Clare Belford, I'm.
People have said like I should change like my name.
Oh, like the Katy Perry situation where she was Katie Hudson and had to change it.
Oh, is that what happened? I don't know.
She was Kate Hudson, and then because there was already Kate Hudson,
like, this is just my name.
It to Katy Perry.
This is just what my name is.
Yeah.
I considered changing my last name, like I give you myself like a stage name because of Scott.
Oh, interesting.
And my middle name is Hilaria. And I briefly went by Claire.
Wait.
Hilaria.
How are we only hearing this now? Are you
Hilaria
serious?
Belford. No. Just drop Claire altogether.
That's perfect.
Hilaria Belford is the best.
And then everyone still associates me with Scott Belford. I'm like, oh shit.
I got dropped the wrong name. Fuck.
Yeah, my name also used to be Scott Belford, so I had to change it.
That's a crazy last name. That's a crazy middle name.
I know. So I went by Claire Hilaria briefly, and it was a mess. Oh my God. Because everyone thought it was made up.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand why.
Yeah.
It's different. Like, you don't... Wow. Man, I want to keep talking to y'all, but they gotta go.
We gotta go.
But next time you're in Halifax, you'll come back on, right?
I would love to.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back and get them East Coast boys.
Okay, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll get them tonight. We'll see at Beerly's. You never know what's gonna happen at Beerly's.
Update them.
Oh man, thank you all so much. You guys are so funny, and good luck with everything.
You're so great. Thank you for having us.
Have a killer show tonight. You guys are gonna have a killer show tonight.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for these.
No problem. East Coast hospitality.
Truly.
And you guys get to ring the bell. Tag team.
And
bam.